Going on to you, Libras. So you have Happy Easter. You have the Four of Cups, King of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and you have the Magician. So what I'm seeing here for you, Libras, is the Four of Cups. You will approach people. You probably have started to approach some more people, but the King of Cups, you're not really tripping out about it. If a person doesn't really like you, right? If they give you some kind of opposition, right? Ace of Wands, the Nine of Wands, they give you some form of opposition. A lot of you Libras are not going to be tripping out over it because you've been here before. You've seen what it looks like. You Libras already know that if someone is going to give you so much opposition, then you Libras already know that they're going to be very difficult to interact with while they're in a relationship, or at the very least trying to get to know somebody. So the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Wands represents, because these people, the reason why it is that they act like this is because people who act like this are very scared of people leaving and very scared to pretty much let anybody in to get to know them. So they would rather be combative towards other people because they have the inferiority complex / superiority complex, where they have to act like they're so much better than the people who approach them due to the fact that they're really afraid of people leaving them. But then you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles now represents. So since that's the case, you Libras are, like I said, you're supposed to already know what this means. If you were to get together with that person, then you Libras would already know that you would have a problem being with them, because they would do anything that they can, right, to look like the hero and to look good in a relationship, while a lot of you look terrible, and obviously you don't want that. The Ace of Pentacles represents, even though you're offering them everything, Page of Swords, they would be out here trying to be very disrespectful to you, and everything that you Libras would do, all your gifts, all the love, all the attention to detail that some of you Libras would probably give to them, they would have an issue with it. They would try to create some form of an issue with that. So the Ace of Swords now represents, so as a result, you Libras understand what time it is, and you know that you can't really trust these people. You can't take them too seriously. So you just started to talk to other people, right? The Seven of Swords and the Magician, however, represents, this may be somebody who you were talking to for like a little bit, a couple of days. You got their numbers, you're trying to get to know them, and they're just giving you a hard time. They're giving you a difficult time. They're giving you a hard time. And you Libras are wondering to yourselves, like, well, what in the world? Why is this person giving you such a hard time, right? The Seven of Swords now and the Magician now represents, and now you Libras know why. You know that you can't really take them too seriously because of the fact that, they're really afraid of you Libras. And it's not just you. They're afraid of anyone that steps to them correctly. Now, if a person steps to them with a modicum of disrespect, then that's how it is that oh, okay, you in the game. Because if a person stepped to them disrespectfully, right, and it was like, hey, yo, XYZ, whatever, you know what I mean, then they would probably take that as a joke and be like, oh, okay, what's up, and give them more play, right? Give them more leeway and let them, let the other person talk to them. But when it comes to you Libras, now all of a sudden, right, with you giving them respect, now all of a sudden they have all these issues. And they have all these issues in the first place is because they're not thinking from a correct, healthy perspective. Their perspective is off. They treat people who would be the fly, right type of people, such as you Libras, with disrespect, right? And they treat the dysfunctional people that are dysfunctional and all incorrect and turned upside down and sideways and this, that, and the third with respect, right? With a little bit more regard. So the Seven of Swords and the Magician now represents, so you can't take these people too seriously. A person with that type of mindset, you can't take too seriously at all. Let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Page of Swords. Right? The Three of Wands, the Nine of Wands, right? The Strength, and the Page of Pentacles, right? The Three of Wands, the only thing that you could really do with them is to leave them alone, because that's a waste of your time. The Nine of Wands represents these people they're really scared to be in a relationship with you, because they know that you'll probably give them a very good, high quality relationship. That's the very same thing that they're scared of, because people who play games, like I said, they're weirdos. You know, they're not really thinking from a healthy perspective or in a healthy way. So the Strength in the Page of Pentacles now represents, so as a result, a lot of you Libras now have to understand that, but this is where their ego has deluded them too. So that's not up to you to change. They're too far gone. The Page of Pentacles now represents that the best thing for you to do is to continue to move forward, because these people, their whole shtick, their whole game in the first place is to be seen as attractive and as handsome or as beautiful as they possibly can be, while at the same time on the inside, they're dysfunctional.